Hello, Mr. Chong, and all my fellow students. Today, our group is going to be presenting on our topic, which is SDG6, which stands for Sustainable Development Goals, that focuses on clean water and sanitation. My group members consist of myself, John Lim, Imran, Kelvin, Akisa, Ilu, and Ashley. So, moving to clean water and sanitation. The reason we chose this topic is because clean water is a basic human need, and there is sufficient of fresh water in the world. The only problem is that in Malaysia, there is little or lack of awareness of the importance of clean water and sanitation. Malaysians all take clean water for granted, and in the long run, it's gonna not only affect our country, but our own well-being. There is two major problems currently in Malaysia, which are water pollution and water crisis. As you can tell, in the past few years, there is a lot of water shortage or water stoppage issues where our water is infected, so the government has to issue a few days water stoppage to clean the water. As this has caused a lot of problems, as a few days without clean water could really disrupt our everyday lives. So moving on.
In Malaysia, the Orang Asli community is most affected when it comes to water. A report by United Nations stated that East Malaysians lagged behind the Peninsular Malaysians in terms of having adequate access to water and sanitation. In Sandakan, for instance, groups in informal settings rely on water from rivers, factories, or gravity fed from nearby hill. They even had to travel by boat to get clean water. The Rural Development Ministry did successfully provide water to 82% of Orang Asli settlements with the second Malaysian plan. However, several water treatment facilities are still not working because they were abandoned or were too sophisticated for the Orang Asli to maintain without adequate training. A recent water crisis in Malaysia is water contamination from the illegal dumping of oil, diesel spills, and discharge of toxic effluents into rivers by unethical factory employees. These pollutions bring the operations at the treatment plant to a halt to prevent further damage. Long durations of closure for these plants resulted in the contamination of its water and higher costs to detoxify the plant. 4 water treatment plants in Sungai Selangor were shut down for cleaning after odor pollution was detected, but they have since been put back into operation. Despite that, water levels in the main reservoirs have dropped in these areas, leading to unscheduled water supply disruptions affecting over 1.2 million residents in Klang Valley.
Alright, now I will talk about the intended aims as well as objectives. Our first objective is to generate 100 concurrent followers on Facebook. Following that, we will also share at least 2 posts on Facebook on a weekly basis. This is to create evidence-based progress and allow our followers to track how are we doing in the current stage, which is also lead to our next objective, which is a fundraising of 150 ringgit and donated to UNICEF Malaysia. When it comes to the measurable outcomes, we have tried our best to create the awareness of increasing the usage of biodegradable cleaning products to our followers through the weekly posts on Facebook. We have also earned more than 50 likes on Facebook as we estimate. Most importantly, we achieved the fundraising objective that was targeted to complete in the late June. Alright, now I will pass it to my next member.
So to achieve the aims and outcomes, the main activities involved delivering contents on Facebook where we share a minimum 2 posts weekly. For instance, in our first post, instead of directly addressing the issues on water, we posted what are the benefits of having clean water. In the subsequent post, for example, we address how people can keep their water sources clean and create awareness on how organizations can actually be part of keeping clean water resources. Before we started inviting our friends to like the page, we thought it would be better to have a contentful page so that once we start inviting people to like our page, our audience would be able to look through all our posts in a short. So by doing so, we managed to keep our audience interest and managed to attract them to have a part in the donation to UNICEF Malaysia. As a result, we managed to get 53 followers on Facebook, and we actually achieved 150 ringgit in fundraising.
Hi, My name is Imran Nizam, and I'll be talking about the resources used throughout this assignment. The first resource is the manpower allocation, and since we have 6 members in the group, we separated into 2 groups which consist of 3 members for each group. The first group will do a research on the SDG that we chose, which is the clean water and sanitation. A research will be conducted by 3 members, and that information gathered will then be shared to the rest of the group via online meetings. This brings us to the next group and also the next resource that we use, which is the internet resource. The other 3 members are in charge of creating posts on the FB page, which we post twice weekly. Each of the 3 members will then take turn every week to post on the FB page. Using the FB page, it allows us to create awareness to the mass audience on what is happening to a certain community, which in this case, the Orang Asli people. Moving on, the next resource is the financial resource raise. As mentioned previously by my group members, we were able to raise a fund of 150 ringgit to UNICEF, which in a way will help the Orang Asli community to have access to clean water.
In conclusion, clean water is very important for everyone. There must be a reason why SDG6 appeared. The purpose of creating the Facebook page is to let more people to be aware and take the water pollution issue serious. We raised the fund is to let more people who wanted to support us and donate us about the clean water and sanitation, and we will fully donate the funds that we get to UNICEF. From our presentation and report shows that the water pollution in Malaysia is quite serious, that affect everyone, everywhere. And I hope that the government will find out our Facebook page and be aware on the issue. And stay alert on the people who makes the water polluted. And that's all for our presentation. Thank you very much.